is a cold winter day, and I am trudging through deep snow on the lookout for the perfect place to spend the night. It's about 30 degrees Fahrenheit right now, but tonight it is going to be really, really cold. Historically, I have really struggled with winter camping and snow camping, but this time I have some new gear that I'm using. So my plan is to find a spot, get my new tent set up, and have a beautiful first snowy overnight of the season.
This is my show, gosh darn.
Already, it is incredibly beautiful out here. We actually have a little tiny bit of snow falling right now. The trees are absolutely covered in powder, just looking really gorgeous. My pack is definitely really heavy. It's probably about 40 pounds right now, but that's because I have packed it with everything that I'm going to need to make camp tonight really comfortable. There's Raynaud up there. We just parked his car along a icy Forest Service road and then headed straight into the forest. All right, so where that little blue dot, I think we could either just go straight that direction, or actually if we head that way, it looks like there's gonna be a couple of really big clearings still within some trees. So we'd have protection from the wind, but plenty of space to set up camp. If you look straight ahead of me, you can see we have some faint tracks here. I believe that these are from elk or deer, but then we also have some cross-country ski tracks or backcountry ski tracks. So clearly people and animals have been through this area in the past couple weeks, but because of the recent snow, it's all now covered in this layer of powder. It's really beautiful, that is for sure. The snow is so deep right here. We have just kind of hit the edge of this big grove of pine trees. I think the plan now will be to see if we find a spot we like to set up our tents. Woo!
I'm sinking so much.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I think that weighs me better. I think this is it. Yeah. Welcome to camp. This feels like a really good spot to set up, so I'm gonna start stomping down a spot for my tent. The tent I'm using is new for me. Not only a new tent, it's also a new brand that is actually local in Idaho. It's a brand based in Boise. And on top of that, it's also a new style of tent for me. So 3 cool new things about it that I'm really excited about. There's a lot of things that make this a good spot to camp, but the most important one for me is that there's no trees overhead, which means no chance of branches falling, but also no chance of snow falling on my tent at night. So it's enough of a clearing, still protected by the trees from the wind, but with a clear sky overhead. It's kind of ideal, actually. If you're looking at this spot thinking it looks massive, you're not wrong. But my tent is huge, so I need this space. If you're wondering why I have a huge snovel strapped. Wait. Shovel. If you're wondering why I have a huge shovel strapped to the outside of my pack, but I'm not digging this area out, rather than expending a ton of energy digging out this huge tent area, I have just stamped it down with my snowshoes and on my tent directly on top of the snow. If it were super windy, or if there were other like considerations in terms of wanting to be like in the snow instead of on top of it, I would maybe dig down. But it's a perfectly calm day right now. It's going to be a beautifully calm, wind-free evening. So popping my tent right on top of the snow is going to be easiest and fastest. Alrighty. Wow. Okay. I have chucked my pack down on the snow with my sleeping pad underneath it. This is my big stamped out area. The next step is going to be to smooth this over with the shovel. Not super important, but brought the shovel, so why the heck not? Now I think it's time to check my handiwork, see if I've packed the snow tight enough with my snowshoes that I'm not going to need them to walk around here. Oh, all right. Yeah? Seems okay. Time to get the tent set up. If you hear the dulcet tones of stomping in the background, this is what you're hearing. I am staking my tent, doing what's called a dead man anchor, which involves putting your stake or log or rock or whatever that you were using to stake out your tent, putting this in horizontally in the ground rather than vertically, and that way you can then pack snow really tightly on top of it. So I got the 4 corners of my tent staked. This is actually a trekking pole tent, so I need to get my 2 trekking poles linked together, and in the center of this tent here, woohoo! Ah! That part was not as stamped down. Righty, tighty, lefty, loosey. Moment of truth. See if my anchors hold. Nice. Last one. The final anchor. Nice. This is gonna be so nice. Nice and cozy in here. So right now I am connecting my half floor on my tent, which is exactly what it sounds like, half a floor. There you have it, floor. Essentially just a glorified ground sheet, but it's cut perfectly to size to fit in half the tent. Okay, time to get the rest of the stuff in here. Woo. Oh yeah. This tent is called the Absaroka. It is a 4-person tent, and it is from a brand called Argali that is actually a Boise-based hunting brand. This tent can actually be used with a stove, which like turns it into a hot tent, but I'm not using a stove for this overnight. This time I just opted to bring out the Absaroka, just kind of test it out, see how it feels, and then maybe in a future trip I will bring out the wood-burning stove, which would definitely make this really warm inside this tent. All right, I'm gonna finish getting the inside of this tent set up, and then I'll give you a little tour.
On a summer breeze, get me warm in your love, then you softly leave.
Wow, Raynaud, that was beautiful. You know this camera's still rolling, right?
Oh.
Okay, so got my sleeping pad set up behind me, all blown up. My sleeping bag is on top of it. It is starting to get a little cold and a little bit damp, so I'm gonna put on my insulated pants over top of my leggings to keep me extra warm. Ugh, Then we're gonna check on Rainer because he's singing songs over there. Checking in on Rainer now. Rainer is also using an Argali tent. This one is called the Rincon, and it's the 2P. So little 2P tent, big old 4P tent. Now that my tent is totally set up, I'm gonna give you a little tent tour. This massive 4-person tent, like just this pyramid style tent, and the floor is like 2 pounds, which is crazy light for how massive it is. So very, very cool for backpacking. Once you go inside, it is rather tall in here. It is I think a 74-inch peak height. These trekking poles are hooked together with this adapter piece that screws in. Up here, this is where if I had brought a wood burning stove designed for a hot tent, this is where the stove pipe would go. But I didn't bring that, so that's not there. And then I have just a half floor in the tent. So over here is just good old snow. I've chucked my gaiters back there and then just kind of have my food sitting out right now. There's no rhyme or reason to this. This is just kind of where my stuff has landed. But then on the floor here, I have a couple kind of cool things to show you. This is the 0-degree sleeping bag that I'm using tonight. This sleeping bag has this pillow that is designed to snap into it, or button into it, I should say. So there's little buttons on either side, one right there, one right there on the inside of the sleeping bag. And then this pillow has a super plushy, soft fleece topper with a little bit of insulation and floof in it. And then the main part of the pillow, you can actually, you see that zipper there, I will stuff that with my jacket to give the pillow its full height. I have my LMNT string lights that I bring on almost every backpacking trip now. Once I decided that I was not going to be bringing the hot tent stove with me on this trip, I was trying to find out if there was another way that I could have a source of fire that wouldn't necessarily require me to build a fire in the backcountry. And I know that there's definitely people watching this video that are like, what the heck, Miranda, just build a flippin' fire. Totally understand. However, I just wanted to see if there was another option in case I could have like a portable fire pit of some sort to have a heat source that would be very easy, provide some warmth and some comfort. So that is how I discovered this thing, which is an absolute honker. Boom. This is the Radiate portable campfire. It is a tin. It's basically like a gigantic candle, if we're being honest. Get it open. It's a tin with a bunch of little, what appear to be buttholes in it, but those are candle wicks. This burns for a really long time. I saw some other people using these out camping in the snow. I watched a few videos of people using them, so I picked one up. It is so heavy. This whole thing weighs 3 pounds, which is absolutely massive, but I just wanted to have this as an option. And I know that there are a lot of people who are potentially watching this video who don't necessarily want to start a campfire in the snow, or don't know how to, or don't have a hot tent, and this potentially would be a good option. So we're trying this out tonight. That'll work. All right, lights are up. Now it's time to stamp down a little spot right here where I can set up the fire and a good spot to cook for both me and Rainer. Oh my gosh. We have the most beautiful sunset happening. Oh, wow. Oh. Gorgeous. It's amazing. Oh, what a beautiful night. Well, now that the sun is set, it means it's going to start to get real dark real soon. So I'm going to try and get this little fire pit going. I think it is just about dinner time, or at least time to make a hot beverage and sit by the tents. Okay, I have to show you all something that is kind of silly, but also kind of neat. So this is a bottle boot, like the kind that are used for like titanium or metal water bottles. And then on the inside of this bottle boot, I have a puck light, which is like a thing that's used in kitchens. Just that. But watch, the reason I brought it is because, boom, and then we take my mini Migo, coming soon, and boom! We have a sick lantern. A lot of people do this by wrapping a headlamp around their water bottle, but I like to have access to my headlamp, so I don't necessarily want it to be attached to my water bottle. So this system is what I've come up with. I know it's a little bit ridiculous, but it was very cheap. It only cost me about $3, and works really well. A little lantern. That is just about the laziest way you could possibly have a campfire in the backcountry. But dang if that isn't convenient. And now that that's going, I'm ready to make some dinner. Where did I put my spork? Man. I think I put my spork in a special place. Now I can't remember where that was. Dang, where the heck would I put my spork? It's gonna turn up. It's just not presently available. For my dinner tonight, I actually did not bring a dehydrated backpacking meal. I am gonna make myself a version of chicken pot pie. So I have some roasted garlic and Parmesan baby red mashed potatoes, Idahoan. I have a chopped up carrot. I have some freeze-dried peas, just peas, and I have a packet of chicken. So my plan is to boil water, add my potatoes and my carrots, my peas, my chicken, stir it all up, make it delicious. Now the only problem with this plan is that I seem to have left Sporky at home. So I don't know where my spork is. But luckily Rainer is kindly going to allow me to borrow his to make my meal.
Well, we'll see about that.
Hey, Rainer, please!
You see, Miranda, in life there are the haves and the have-nots. And when you're a have, you hold all the cards.
We throw it. Wow, I almost caught it too. Thank you! All right, time to make dinner. Oh my gosh! Oh, no, this is your fork. Wow, good, that was embarrassing. All right, that's boiling. Ooh. Turn that off. And we add our tots. Ooh, that looks good. Oh yeah. Oh man. Now, the pièce de résistance. Starkist. Premium white chicken, no draining. I don't think this is fancy. But it looks pretty good to me. Oh, it smells like tuna. That's weird. It is chicken though. All right. Whoop. Well ends. Here's my meal. Yum. Actually quite good. Now actually, the most exciting part, brioche bun. Now that is really good. I'm gonna eat my meal somewhat fast because I can see Rainer salivating behind the camera, waiting to use his spork to eat his food.
Sporky.
Sporky, come home. Sporky, come home, Sporky. Sporky, come home to me. 'Cause I left my little Sporky at home. Dude, I'm telling you, this is like, right now at least, I am loving this. And you know what, like, you know I have such a hard time with snow camping. Like being cold at all.
Yeah.
It's great.
I mean, it's the fire. Like, it's, even though we didn't make it, even though we just lit it,
Right.
it's basically a gigantic candle.
It really is just a huge candle.
It's cool.
Yeah, it's great. Throw it. Ah, jeez Louise. We are reading books on our Kindles, which are nearly dead because it's so cold, they battery drained. But yeah, look at us, sitting up in this big tent. Yay!
Books.
What is wrong? It is just about 9:15. And Rain and I have both turned into our respective tents to go to sleep. In my sleeping bag, there's a couple things that I keep in here that I want to not freeze at night. So this is a insulated food bag that I often use when I'm rehydrating meals. But for the winter time, I also use it to help keep a couple things warm. So my headlamp, my water filter, which cannot freeze, that goes in here. And I also have a little water bag in here too. And the other thing that I'm going to put in this insulated bag is this thing, which has all of my other electronics in it. So my Garmin InReach, my battery pack, a few other small electronic things that are like related to video stuff. Those are all in here. So those go into this insulated bag to stay warm. And then this whole bag stays in my sleeping bag with me at night. And then finally, if you look over here, I found my spork. My spork was underneath my sleeping pad. So when I was adjusting my stuff, old Sporky appeared. Oh, also, I have my cooler cloth hanging up on a trekking pole. Because why not? I have one more little thing on my feet. You can see I have my wool socks. These are some like neoprene toe sleeves called hot sockies. I've got a toe warmer underneath my hot sockie on top of my sock. And then I am wearing these evolved fleece lined booties. Boom. Just like that. Oh, wow. I will say that the snow is a little lumpier than I realized. As things kind of shifted and melted, there's a bit of a lump right here, but I think it's actually going to fall kind of nicely right under my lower back, so maybe this actually worked out perfectly. My very exciting news is actually that Rainer and I are going to be heading to New Zealand in February, and we'll be backpacking in New Zealand for about 3 weeks. So as awesome as it is to be here in the winter to snow camp, to really feel like I'm starting to get my gear dialed in, although I'll let you all know tomorrow morning if that's true or not, once I see how I sleep tonight. But yeah, as great as this is, I am really looking forward to getting a summer in the winter, you know? Like right now in the States, it's obviously the dead of winter, but on the other side of the world, it's gonna be summertime. So I'm very much looking forward to having second summer in New Zealand. I have tucked Sporky in my shoe, my water bottle, so that he will not get lost again. So sorry, Sporky. Here you are. In your little sleeping bag too. Good night, Sporky. With that, I think it's time to go to bed. Good night, Ranye. Good night. Good night, you all. See you in the morning. Good morning. It's about 8 a.m. now. Sun is starting to come up. I think it's time to get up. I realize I look ridiculous right now, but this is pretty much how I slept last night. This bag was so cozy. This pillow is amazing. My gosh, so comfortable. I don't really want to get out of this cozy sleeping bag, but I do want to get some coffee made. Start getting up, enjoying the beautiful snowy morning. So we're gonna do it. We're gonna brave the cold. Get up. Oh, good morning.
Good morning.
It was cold last night. There's this layer of frost on the entire inside of my tent. And both my water bottles are frozen completely solid. Just like a block of ice. All right, melt water, make coffee, and get that fire up again. It is cold. Lighter's too cold. It's just so cold. It got down to probably like 10 degrees Fahrenheit last night, maybe even colder, which is definitely a bit chillier than I was expecting. So everything's just really cold. I'm gonna get some water boiling for coffee. I'm not feeling awesome this morning. There were moments in the middle of the night where I was just so cold. And it wasn't that my body was cold, it was that any part of my body that was touching my sleeping pad was cold. I almost just felt like my sleeping pad wasn't insulated enough. One of the big things that I struggle with is just my hands being so cold, my feet being so cold. So right now my hands are okay. They're kind of, you can see they're red like that. Oh, the fire feels so good. When I first kind of got up and was getting out of my tent, they were just completely numb. And it's really hard to have a good time. Your hands are totally numb.
Oh, get those toesies warm.
The coffee this morning is from Death Wish Coffee Co. I'm also going to add about half a packet of LMNT chocolate salt. LMNT is an electrolyte drink mix that I love, and it is just one of those things that I need on almost every single backpacking trip. LMNT is fantastic at helping me combat things like
muscle pain or headaches or fatigue due to dehydration. However, drinking like cold, even deliciously flavored water can be a bit tough in the winter. So that's why I think that the LMNT chocolate salt is so cool, because you drink it hot. So I'm adding a little bit of this into my coffee. It's basically the best way that I can get my electrolytes in the winter. If you have not yet tried LMNT and you want to, you should go to the link below. Just drink lmnt.com/Miranda goes outside. If you place an order there, you'll get a sample pack of 8 sticks of LMNT. If you are ordering in the winter, I would definitely recommend checking out the chocolate salt. All right, we're just gonna put a little bit of this in my coffee because a little goes a long way. Should do it. Sporky, returned home, found last night.
A toast to the forest and the freeze. A toast to the cold and the snow. You didn't get us this time. We're still here.
Like, what decade are you from?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm from all the decades,
I love
Miranda. All of them at once.
All at once. Nice. Oh, smart. Why didn't I do that?
Well, because you need people of intelligence on this kind of quest. What's for breakfast?
What was for breakfast was oatmeal. Kodiak, peak oatmeal, berries and cream. Yeah, pretty simple, lightweight, easy. It's always amazing to me how much snow it takes to make just such a small amount of water. Fill this pot all the way up, get like a cup. It's turned out to be a really lovely morning here at camp. You can probably see that there's still a little bit of frost on the inside of my tent, but I think I'm just gonna kind of shake it out, get it all packed up. Luckily, the sun has come out and it's starting to warm up just a little bit too. So since it was only like 10 degrees this morning, I hope it's gonna be a little bit warmer when we're hiking out of here. Cool, let's pack up. The anchors that I put in the snow last night, dead man anchors, are so solid that to get them out, I've had to use a shovel. It really just goes to show how effective they are though. Once the sun came, kind of melted the snow a little bit, got colder then at night, everything froze solid. Those are not going anywhere unless I dig them out. There we go. Ta-da! Oh my God. Can you see this? Look. There it is. If you have been watching my channel for a while, you probably know that I don't do a ton of snow camping. It isn't that I don't like to be out in the snow. It's mostly just that I struggle a lot with being cold. I know I mentioned that I have raynaud, which is a circulation issue where my hands and my feet will just go totally numb and turn white. But I also had an incident about 8 or 10 years ago where I got minor frostbite on my fingers attempting to summit Mount Rainier. And that experience definitely took a while to recover from, both like physically, it took a while for those nerve endings to grow back, and also just like mentally,
I have a lot of fear around being cold and around having something like that happen again. Even though I was feeling pretty uncomfortable this morning, pretty cold, even though I didn't like sleep great last night, I feel like I can do it better next time to be more comfortable. And that's what gets me really excited. We're just waiting for Slowpoke over here to get his stuff packed up. As soon as he's done, we can get out of here.
All right, pack, you and me.
If you have any questions about snow camping or any of the gear that I used, or if you have any recommendations for me, let me know in the comments below. I'm definitely really excited to get out and do another snow camping trip with this tent, but next time I want to bring that stove with me so I can set it up as a hot tent. I've never used a hot tent before, so if you want to see that video, make sure you stay tuned to my channel. And as always, if you liked this video, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you outside. Bye! Woo! What a gorgeous, sunny day. Hey, Nick! Beep, beep!